Hello, welcome to this video where we're going to be using Autodesk Inventor to draw a kitchen cabinet like this one, with a whole objective being to be able to draw components and then bring them together in assemblies to assemble a product. So without further ado, we're going to sort of start working on one of these side panels here. So we're going to start a new part. So we go to the top left hand corner, and where we have the piece of paper with the folded over right hand corner, the control new, we hit that. And if yours looks like this, you want to make it look like this by clicking metric. We go to standard millimeter.ipt. All our parts we draw in millimeters because we work in metric, and we're going to go to create. And we're going to start a new 2D sketch when our screen looks like this. So I've clicked on the XZ plane and I'm going to draw a rectangle. This rectangle wants to be 720 millimeters by 320 millimeters, which is standard kitchen cabinet width and length. So I'm going to 720. I'm going to use the tab button to move to the other dimension. You'll notice at the moment there's 20.216. I'm going to change that one to 320. And I'm going to click finish sketch. And I'm going to zoom all. I'm going to go zoom all there. And that is the panel there. I'm going to click extrude now. I'm going to turn this into a three-dimensional part, so I'm going to type in 18 as being the thickness, and that is the start of my panel. So what we then want to do is insert a groove. So I'm just going to zoom in to the top, and I want to start a new sketch. So I'm going to go start 2D sketch this plane here, on this surface there, and I'm going to draw a rectangle on that, and I've just select my zoom feature. I want to zoom into the end, panning across, and I want to start my rectangle on that line there. Now I know with my groove it needs to be 3 millimeters wide by 6 millimeters deep, so I'm going to type in 3, then use the tab button to move that to 6, and that has worked, yep. But I've done it the wrong way around, so that's absolutely fine. It gives me the opportunity to show you the flexibility of Inventor. So if we get something wrong, I can click on this dimension here and change that to 6 and return, and I'm going to click on that one and change that to 3 and return. So after that, I want to set the distance it is from the back edge, and I know that distance needs to be 19, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and you'll notice I've clicked the dimension tool, and I'm going to click this edge here. I'm going to click the dimension. I'm going to just find that endpoint there. You see that endpoint is white. As soon as I click on it, it goes blue. And I click that point there, and that will go blue. I'm dragging a dimension away and changing that to 19. And I'm going to click finish sketch. I then want to remove this material. So it's an extrusion, but it's sort of a solid extrusion. And we're removing. So you notice I've just selected that rectangle, and I'm going to change the dimension of the extrusion arrow, and I'm going to move it. Now, I could just keep going all the way down to the bottom, but I know my panel is 720 millimeters height. So if I type in 720 and I click the little tick, that will remove that extrusion from the panel. So the next thing we need to do is put some holes in for the what we call the cams and the dowels. These are dowels here. So I'm going to start another sketch on this face here, and I need some holes. So I'm going to just draw circles. Now I know my holes need to be 8 millimeters in diameter, so I'm going to click in 8. Just set the first hole, and I know that my panels, if they're 18 millimeter thick, they need to be 9 millimeters across the middle. So we're going to dimension these off. So I'm going to just find the center of that there. It's white. As soon as I left click, it goes blue. Just drag a dimension away, and I'm going to type in 9. Now from the front edge, this wants to be 17 millimeters. So I'm going to go for edge there to there, set a dimension, and type in 17. all I need to do now, I need 4 more holes, so I'm going to click in that. It's 8. Another one at 8. And another one at 8. And you notice when I do it, I have these lines, and they fit perfectly along that line. So the distance from that one there wants to be 30. So you notice my little square there is white. As soon as I click it, goes blue. To the center of that circle there, and I'm going to set that to 30. And I'm going to pan, I'm going to zoom, and do the same here. Center there to the end there. Now this size wants to be 47 millimeters, so I'm going to type in 4 and 7 there, and then the gap between those two is 30. So there to there is 30. I'm going to finish sketch, and I'm going to extrude that one, that one, that one, and that one. Now, in the memory of the computer, the last extrusion I did was 720 millimeters, so it's in the memory. It wants to do a 720 millimeters extrusion. That's okay, but what we really want to do is change the direction of the extrusion there. And I've changed the direction of the extrusion, and these holes want to be 8 millimeters deep. So I'm going to type in 8. And we need to repeat this process on the bottom edges. So I'm going to do that in the next video, so we've got shorter videos. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time round.